If you couldn't get tickets to this year's Tabernacle Choir's Christmas concert, then join the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square for a special music and the spoken word broadcast on Sunday, December 22nd at the Conference Center on Temple Square. This event is free with no tickets required and features music from their Christmas concert and appearances by the guest artists. Doors open at 8:30 a.m. at the Conference Center on Sunday, December 22nd. Nobody does Christmas like the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square. For more information, log on to tabernaclechoir.org.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to the Real Estate Show. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem, and congratulations.
Thank you, Jeff. We have had the best week. We just launched a new collaboration that we just did with Minky Couture. What a great brand to be associated with. And Sandy, the owner, and I put together a brand new bedding line for Minky. If you've heard of Minky Couture before, you know, it's a huge thing in Utah, and they sell blankets. And I think all of us have probably 5 or 6 of their blankets in their home in every size. I know I have the travel size. I mean, I have everything, right? Take it to the movies, all over. So we actually decided together, we had this great idea that everyone needs it on their beds. So now we have comforters, we have pillows, we have Euro shams, king shams, standard shams, all the good things in the hottest colors. Jeff, you may not ever want to get out of your bed after you get this on your bed.
Yeah, you told me one's coming my way. That's really nice.
I do have one coming your way. Yes, I'm super excited to give it to you.
Wait, are they called the Osmond Collection or something?
Yeah, so it's Minky Couture X Osmond Designs Collection.
Whoa. Woo! Congratulations.
Super excited. We're selling them at our Lehigh and Orem Osmond Designs locations. And then, of course, Minky Couture has them in some of their stores, but also online. So check those out. They come in beautiful colors. We have the blue, the brown, the gray, the black, and the white. So just really great neutrals, which is super fun. So that has been an exciting week. I've really been looking forward to today's program, though, because we have one of our regulars, one of the top real estate agents in the entire state of Utah, Craig Whiting. He is the broker and owner of Prime Real Estate Experts. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me on. It's an honor to be here.
So much fun. And you brought a friend with you. And I'm going to just turn the time over to you and let you introduce Kendell.
Well, I'll tell you, one of my great honors, honestly, in my professional career has been to associate with Rocky Mountain Homes Fund. And we'll explain more about that program today. And Kendell Gracey, who does the real estate operations for Rocky Mountain Homes Fund, he's here with us today. I'm grateful that he spent his time here today to join with us and to help educate the listeners about what his program can offer.
And we all need money when we buy real estate, right? And Kendell, that's where you come in. Is your program only for Utah?
Currently, right now, we're just focused on the people here in Utah, but we are looking to expand outside of Utah.
I love it. Okay, so is it residential homes?
Yeah, so what we focus on is single-family homes, townhomes, or condos. And our program basically helps people who otherwise can't get into affordable housing. Because as you know, here in Utah, it's a big problem. The home prices have become unreachable for so many of our working professionals. And so what we do is help people become homeowners. And once they apply to our program, once they're in, they can pick any home in the entire state of Utah.
Unbelievable. And you finance it.
Yeah, so we purchase the home, and our participants do not have to put a down payment down. We do a thorough background and screening check just to make sure that they will be able to financially be successful in this program. But then we have an option where as long as they pay on time and in full, just like any other homeowner, then at a certain time they can own the home outright and they will purchase it from us, and then they will become a homeowner. And the nice thing about it is we will give them 50% of the equity appreciation of the home at that time. And it's a way to help them leverage their home to be able to purchase it outright.
So help me out, because, you know, this sounds like a cool concept. Can we go through a transaction? Let's say I just qualified. I've never had a house, and I found something that's, I'll use an average price, $550,000. I come to you, and what happens?
Yeah, so after you apply, then we will, and you're in our program, we will team you up with Craig and his team at Prime Real Estate Experts. And you work with one of their great agents where you can look at any home, whatever town you're looking in. And once you find one, then we take over the real estate process, all the negotiations to negotiate with the seller, buy the home, do the inspection, all of the stuff that's not fun to do. Our participants get to do the fun stuff, walk through the homes, pick the one they want. And then we do all of the background stuff. Once all of that is done and the home is purchased and closed, then Craig and his team also do a key handoff, which is a lot of fun to these folks, walk them through the home and give them the keys, and off they go. And we are not the landlord. And so they act like the homeowner. They take care of everything, repairs, all that type of stuff. We pretty much leave them alone. And we've structured things so it's just like a traditional mortgage, so that it's fixed. If there's any increase in insurance or property taxes, just like a traditional mortgage, they're going to pay that increase. And it sets them up so that when they're ready, they can buy the home outright. And they've had a great track record of paying on time and in full. And so far in our program, we have never had anyone miss a payment or have any late payments.
That's awesome. As they continue to make those payments, are they earning their way into the house, or is it more like a rental payment?
Kind of both, I guess. Is we don't like to say that it's rent, but because this is a new program that doesn't exist anywhere else, we use those common terms because people understand those. So they make a contractual payment to us that's very similar to a mortgage payment, structured like a mortgage payment: principal, interest, taxes, insurance, those types of things. And so after a certain dead period, currently 3 years, once they pass that dead period, then they can purchase the home from us, and they will get 50% of the equity appreciation plus the principal pay down that they've made during that time in the program.
So what are the parameters that you base someone qualifying or not qualifying for these loans?
Yeah, so a lot of it is we look at income, debt, and expenses and household size. And so our program targets 80 to 100%, 80 to 120% of the area median income, or AMI. And those are the folks that we found are getting squeezed the most because they make too much money to qualify for a lot of the government programs. But because the home prices have become so expensive now, and interest rates are high and down payment requirements are high, they just can't do it quite on their own, and so they get squeezed out. And those are the folks that we're focusing on, are key to our community, such as healthcare workers, government employees, educators, first responders, those types of folks who are so key to what we need in the community. They make good money, but since we've become like California and in relation to home prices, they can't get into a starter home anymore. So many of them are paying high rent or living with family. And so we're targeting that key group. And so it will depend on your household size, your income, debt, and expenses, because we want to make sure that whoever gets in our program, we're not going to make them house poor. We want to make sure that they are successful and can become homeowners at some point in time. And so we do a very thorough screening and application process for them. And those who are not quite ready, we give them a second chance too, and give them some guidance to say, hey, look, clean some things up and come back to us. And we've had some folks who they applied, and 6 months, a year, even 2 years later, have been admitted into our program because they took the steps they needed to get in shape.
Do you do single-family homes, townhomes?
Correct. So single-family homes, townhomes, and condos. And those are a lot of that's kind of the one main track. We have two main tracks. That's the first track. The second track that we also do is we are taking vacant commercial buildings and converting them into residential buildings. And tomorrow we have actually a ribbon cutting for a building just down here on 5th East and 100 South, the old U of U Health building, where we have taken that building, converted it all into low-income housing, and it's 100% leased up now. And it's incredible views for these people from, the 10th floor of the valley. And they're able to get into a very nice home that will allow them at some point to be able to become homeowners. And that's part of what we're doing as well, is taking that commercial space that's empty.
Today we have Kendell Gracey. He is with Rocky Mountain Home Fund. What a great, innovative idea and way to get people into homes. I appreciate that so much. This last week, I was looking at some main discussion points about what's going on in real estate. Inventory is up 28.9% year over year. Home spending, longer times on the market. Price growth is flattening nationally, modest growth around 3%. Regional divergence, south and west, seeing more inventory growth. Mortgage rates are averaging around mid-sixes. All of these things are so important in the real estate industry, and especially in Utah. And thank you for supporting fellow Utahns and helping us all accomplish the American dream. Today, you're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. Kendell, how do we contact you?
You can go to our website at rmhf.net.
You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Czech City and the Road Home are asking for newer, gently used coats, gloves, hats, and blankets for those in need. Drop off items at any Czech City location now through November 29th. Clean out those closets and experience the warmth of giving.
With markets changing and living costs rising, finding a reliable place to grow your money matters now more than ever. With the Wealthfront Cash Account, your uninvested money earns a 3.75% APY, which is higher than the average savings rate. There are no account fees or minimums, and you also get free instant withdrawals to eligible accounts 24/7. So you always have access to your money when you need it. And when you're ready to invest, you can transfer your cash to one of Wealthfront's expert-built portfolios in just minutes. More than 1 million people already use Wealthfront to save and build long-term wealth with confidence. Get started today at wealthfront.com. Cash account offered by Wealthfront Brokerage, LLC, member FINRA SIPC. Wealthfront Brokerage is not a bank. Annual percentage yield on deposits as of September 26, 2025 is representative, subject to change, and requires no minimum. The cash account is not a bank account. Funds are swept to program banks where they earn the variable APY.
Nestled in Cache Valley, Connect Transit is bringing people together one ride at a time. Here comes Caroline, ready to crush that big meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Diego, off to see his nieces and nephews. George is in his jersey. Must be game time.
Woo!
Go Aggies! Wherever you need to go, we're going your way. Connect Transit. Visit rideconnectutah.gov to find your ride today.
When Utah's extreme temperatures hit, your windows should be up to the challenge. It's Nate Orchard here with Advanced Window Products, where we specialize in energy-efficient windows that withstand the heat, cold, and everything in between. We are so confident in our windows that we guarantee them for life. We are offering $2,500 off 10 or more windows. Just visit advancedwindows.com to schedule your free window audit. We build them, install them, and guarantee them for life. advancedwindows.com.
2 years ago, Americans watched in horror as a crisis unfolded at the Kabul airport.
She was tear-gassed and beaten.
Images of thousands desperate to escape Taliban oppression filled our news feeds. More than 80,000 Afghans made it to America. But the story didn't end there.
It was very cold. There was no power, no heat.
Who would help our newest neighbors? I'm Andrea Smartin. In Stranger Becomes Neighbor, you'll hear the stories of some remarkable refugees who left their homes and their dreams behind, only to start over from zero.
Their only possession was 3 blankets.
And you'll meet Americans who stepped up to help them.
You want me to come when you deliver your baby.
What can one person do in the face of an international disaster decades in the making? That's Stranger Becomes Neighbor. Find us at kslpodcast.com. Follow us on Apple Podcasts or anywhere else you listen.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Show. We're glad you're listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And, you know, I love furniture and I love interior design, but you know what I love more? Real estate. And I've actually made way more money in real estate than I've ever made in selling pillows. I know that's a shock. Or sofas. But today I'm so happy to introduce Craig Whiting. He is the broker and owner of Prime Real Estate Experts, and he's a regular on this show. We love having him. And today he brought one of his friends and business associates, Kendell Gracey, and he is a real estate operations manager of Rocky Mountain Homes Fund, which is the first I have heard of this. This is absolutely incredible. What an innovative and creative way to get Utah families into home ownership. What I love most is that the mortgage payment or your rental payment is less than standard what's at the on the market currently. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And so we have on our website a page that has a mortgage calculator so that folks can go there, and if they know a home price that they're targeting, let's say it's $400,000, as you type in that amount, it will show you with our program it's $2,088 a month, which is anywhere from $500 to almost $1,000 less than out on the open market today. And so it allows people to also do the reverse. And if they have a hard budget that they want to keep in mind and they type in $1,800 a month, it will also generate for them what the target home price is. So it gives people an educated angle before they even go out there. And a lot of folks, they don't know how bad the home market is right now in Utah, and they start looking and they start seeing such huge home prices out there, and they do a little math and they just say it can't work. So we're seeing a lot of people sit on the sidelines and living with family, and this is a solution that helps people live in their own home and to become an actual homeowner and not just rent forever. And that's one of the key things of our program, is to make people in Utah become homeowners in an affordable manner.
For anybody who's just joining us, it'd be really nice if you would repeat the elevator pitch of what you're doing and how it works, because this is so critically important in Utah right now.
Yeah, sure thing, Jeff. So we provide an affordable housing solution for people to become homeowners. Once they're accepted into our program, they can pick any home, townhome, or condo in the entire state of Utah. They act like a homeowner the entire time. We are not their landlords. But as long as they pay on time and in full and take care of everything, then they have an opportunity to purchase the home outright. And we will share with them 50% of the equity appreciation as well, as well as the principal pay down. And they get to put that in their pocket to be able to help them take the next step to just get a mortgage and then become a homeowner outright and cut us out of the picture. And that's our goal.
Absolutely incredible. Today we're focusing on the Utah market, what's hot, what's changing, and what local buyers, sellers, and investors should know. And that's where Kendell Gracey, who is the real estate operations manager for Rocky Mountain Home Funds, comes in. Stats for what's going on in Utah right now. Home values are around $530,000, up 2% year over year. Inventory has increased 34% year over year, creating options for buyers. Salt Lake City was named one of the hottest markets of 2025. Buyers are seeing more negotiating power. Sellers are offering concessions. The outlook is slower pace, strong fundamentals, and increasing balance. Kendell, this program's absolutely innovative. You're hearing it first on KSL, and then once people are approved, then they get passed over to Craig Whiting, who is the real estate broker. And how does that work?
Yeah, so once they go through that approval process, Rocky Mountain Homes Fund notifies me, and then we reach out to the applicant, the participant that we call, actually their name is, and we immediately get them connected into one of our agents on our team. They go off and shop within the approved budget, the approved price range, see as many properties as they'd like to see. And then once they pick a property, we do a very thorough analysis of its value And then so that the negotiations land at a price that's going to be very supported by the market and hopefully even under market value. And then once you're under contract, then there's a very thorough due diligence that we apply to the property and look at every aspect of the condition so that that we can make sure that the property that is being purchased is also in very good shape and will be in good shape for a long time to come.
Do you walk away from homes sometimes because of the due diligence?
Unfortunately, yes, but yeah, for sure, there are multiple that we've had to back out from because our number one goal is to help the participant in the program. There's not this big monetary reward coming back to the Homes Fund. It really is an outward-looking program that is helping the participant, and it's all done through private money. This is not a taxpayer-funded program. This is not a government program. This is private businesses that have contributed to a fund to help individuals become homeowners.
And this is really giving buyers more options. So if you have less than excellent credit, you can't go get a regular traditional loan, and that's where this program comes in. How do people find you, Kendell?
And they can go to our website at rmhf.net.
Excellent. And Craig Whiting, how do people find you?
Just Google my name, you'll find me, but primerealestateexperts.com.
Okay.
Excellent.
Rocky Mountain Home Fund, rmhf.com.
Net.
.net. See?
.net.
I want to make sure, rmhf.net.
You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
2 years ago, Americans watched in horror as a crisis unfolded at the Kabul airport.
She was tear-gassed and beaten.
Images of thousands desperate to escape Taliban oppression filled our news feeds. More than 80,000 Afghans made it to America. But the story didn't end there.
It was very cold. There was no power, no heat.
Who would help our newest neighbors? I'm Andrea Smartin. In Stranger Becomes Neighbor, you'll hear the stories of some remarkable refugees who left their homes and their dreams behind, only to start over from zero.
Their only possession was 3 blankets.
And you'll meet Americans who stepped up to help them.
You want me to come when you deliver your baby.
What can one person do in the face of an international disaster decades in the making? That's Stranger Becomes Neighbor. Find us at kslpodcast.com, follow us on Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you listen.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the KSL Real Estate Show. Thanks for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. If you are out and about today, please stop by our Lehigh and Orem Osmond Design stores. We have had such an exciting week. Not only did we launch a brand new collaboration with Minky Couture, and we helped them create a bedding line, which we're really proud of.
Wait, what's it called?
It's a beautiful bedding line. It is Minky Couture X Osmond Designs. We're really proud of it.
Nice.
And, it's your comforter, it's your pillows, it's your Euro pillows, all your decorative, beautiful things that you need. And I don't think you're ever going to get out of bed. I'm, just full disclosure. You're going to be so comfortable. It's truly heaven. I cannot wait to give Jeff his.
Yeah, I'm not going to stay in bed all day. I will bring my bedding to work, though.
That will be a good thing. So we're really excited about that. Go check it out. Only available in stores at Osmond Designs and then online at Minky Couture. I think they are carrying it in a few stores throughout Utah, but it's hit and miss. So check that out. We already have sold out of our first order. So we just reordered, which is super exciting. The best colors, the best fabrics. Life is good.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And then second of all, I was in High Point, North Carolina this last week. And really, home is the best part of life. And Jeff, I wanted to tell you, pillows are like stuffed animals for adults. And
That's good.
I know we
That's
talk
good.
about pillows a lot. We sell thousands and thousands and thousands of pillows, but they are incredible. And you can use them to update and refresh any space. So come check out our pillows that just landed as well. Okay, now to the meat and potatoes of our show, which is Utah real estate. There are always exciting things going on in real estate. We have one of our all-time favorite guests, Craig Whiting. He's the broker and owner of Prime Real Estate Experts. And I love Craig because he comes in and he knows what's going on. Like, you are in the foxhole 24/7. You probably work 80-hour weeks, and you not only sell real estate, but you work in the business with really cool people. One being Kendell Gracey, who is on the show with us today. And Kendell is a real estate operations manager for Rocky Mountain Homes Fund. And we've been talking about that, but give us just a little 30-second intro to what that is, and then we'll continue with some of these success stories.
Yeah, sounds good. So we help people find affordable housing that turns into full home ownership for them. And so they can apply to our program. They can pick out any home, townhome, or condo in the entire state within a certain budget. And then they move in, and at some point down the road, they can purchase the home from us, and we will share 50% of the equity appreciation with them, plus give them the principal pay down. And it allows them to actually become full homeowners, and then we're out of the picture.
Utah housing affordability is such a hot topic, and you are helping to solve that issue. How does that work?
Yeah, correct. So people can go to our website at RMHF and apply. And we look at different criteria, income, debt, expenses, things like that. We don't have a specific minimum credit score, but we do ask you about your credit score, bankruptcy, felonies, foreclosures, and evictions. And if you've had a bankruptcy or foreclosure or eviction, it's not an automatic disqualifier. So we try to look at the real picture and look at how long some of those things have been. Where are people now? Where are they going? Because we want people to be successful. We want them to become homeowners. But at the same time, we are not going to make someone be house poor, and we're not going to put someone in our program that financially can't do it right now. So we will provide some guidance for them along the way if they're not ready there yet, and we have other resources we point them to help clean up their financial situation. And we've had people come back 6 months, a year, 2 years later after they've cleaned things up, and they're now in our program. And so we really focus on trying to help people become homeowners. As we know, housing in Utah is a problem, and there's a lot of talk that we have a supply problem, which on paper is true, but we also have an affordability of the supply problem because rental vacancies are at an all-time high. So if there was truly a supply problem, you wouldn't see that number out there. And what we've seen with a lot of people who are applying our program is they look at what's out there, and even though there's maybe some supply, it's just out of reach for them financially. It's priced too high. They're getting squeezed by rent. And so if they're thinking about jumping to become a homeowner, they're looking at the so-called starter home prices. They're really high. Interest rates are still higher, and the down payment requirement is high. And so you have a lot of people who mathematically cannot make that work. And that's where we jump in to say we will bridge that gap and give you a payment of $2,000 a month on a $400,000 home, which is, between $500 and $1,000 less than what you can get out on the open market, and it's fixed.
So go through the profile of what kind of income range are you typically seeing that's successful for your program, and also how much do they need in assets?
Yeah, good question, Craig. So the income range will kind of depend based on the home size. So if you're a single person, single income, and it's just you, and you're making $150,000, you're not going to get into our program likely. But if you have a family, a household size of 4, and you're ranging from $80,000 to $120,000 a year, depending on which county you're in, you'd be a good candidate for our program.
So singles can still apply to the program. Obviously, if they're making too much money, that could eliminate them from qualifying. But so the assets, do you need to have like $50,000 in the bank? How much do you need to have in the bank to qualify?
Yeah, we don't have a minimum requirement per se because we don't require down payment. However, you have to have at least 2 to 3 months worth of the equivalent monthly house payment. So if your budget is $2,000 a month, you have to have at least $4,000 and potentially $6,000 in the bank, but that's all that we require. And then we look again at your overall financial picture and see where you're at and whether that can be sustainable long-term in this program.
I think in Utah right now, there are a lot of people that are just sitting on the sidelines and waiting because of interest rates and for other reasons, debt to income ratio and other things.
Hey, they came down this week.
They
we got another
did.
quarter point. There is
Right?
that.
That's incredible. We can't not have this show and talk about that, which is definitely going to be helpful for anyone that is looking at getting into a home right now. So if you are a mom or a dad or a grandma or a grandpa listening to this show right now, maybe this program isn't for you, but maybe it's for your kids. Maybe it's for your grandkids. Maybe it's for your neighbors. Please contact Craig Whiting. He is the broker and owner of Prime Real Estate Experts, and his friend Kendell Gracey, Real Estate Operations of Rocky Mountain Homes Fund. This is to help people that can not qualify in a normal situation with a bank or a credit union to get into a home. And oftentimes you can make more money earning the equity of the home than you can working a full-time job. So get in the market, because if you aren't, you're getting behind.
So just as a testimonial about this program, so I've sold hundreds of real estate properties, hundreds of transactions, hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate that has gone through me, where I've been the representative. I have my own daughter in this program for Rocky Mountain Homes Fund, because as I analyzed what her options were in the market and I analyzed what Rocky Mountain Homes Fund could provide her, it was actually the best option for her right now. And so I would highly recommend anybody out there, if you have a loved one who is looking at wanting to be a homeowner, have them go to rmhf.net and just apply and see if this program works for them.
And if not, then they can hopefully help you make some goals to get there. And you've had that.
Right, because we do have a lot of people who are unsure how they can become homeowners someday. So we also can just talk with people. We have information sessions with them, and we just lay out, well, give us a little bit of idea of where you are now. Here's what the real estate market is, and is this something that seems attainable to you? And a lot of times they say no, or I'm not sure. We give them some guidance and say, all right, here's some basic markers that you need to take a look at. Get your debt, start getting that debt down, get a budget. A lot of people we found, no one's ever had an adult conversation with them before about how money works or budgeting works or credit cards work. So we're not experts, financial experts or consultants in that area, but we give them common sense to say, watch where your money's going, and then come back and you may be able to get into this program.
A lot of this is cold, hard numbers. But I'm guessing you have some success stories.
Absolutely. We have many, many success stories. And some of the common success stories that we have are people who literally have said, this was my last chance before I was going to look for jobs out of Utah because I wanted to become a homeowner. We have others, single moms who are moving every other year because rent gets so high. And we have many people who, once they get into our program, they start having kids, they get promotions, they get job raises, because that aspect of their life is now stable and secure, and they put their time and effort elsewhere.
So true. Home truly is the best part of life, and you should be able to love where you live. And really, where you are, it is a reflection of you. And it is stability, and it's all the things that all of us want. We need relationships with our neighbors, and I think that just mentally and emotionally being a homeowner is a very, very positive thing, and people care. They love where they live. Their kids have stable friends, and it helps you in work and all other aspects of your life for just general overall health and well-being. So please, please call Craig Whiting, broker and owner, Prime Real Estate Experts, who will help you find a home of your dreams, and Kendell Gracey. He's the real estate operations manager for Rocky Mountain Homes Fund. I love that you were doing this program. How did you think of this?
Well, we looked at the housing problem in Utah and just said, you know what? What if there was a different way to go about and do this? And then we've been fortunate to team up with great people like Craig and his team to help make that happen.
Thank you for doing this. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. You're hearing about this program first today. Please call them. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Whoever you are, young or a little gray, hop on Connect Transit. We're on our way. Wherever you're headed, work, school, or play, we'll get you there the easy way. No parking, no traffic, no worries, no fuss. Just sit back, relax, and ride with us. Skip the hassle, skip the drive. With Connect Transit, you'll arrive. Connect Transit. We're going your way. Visit rideconnectutah.gov to find your ride today.
Hey Utah, it's Nate Orchard with Advanced Window Products. Looking to protect your largest investment, your home? Advanced Windows offers energy-efficient windows that save you money and elevate your home's curb appeal. Custom windows with a lifetime warranty. Visit advancedwindows.com now to get our best offer, $2,500 off 10 or more windows, and schedule your free in-home consultation. Don't wait. Save $2,500 off your windows. That's advancedwindows.com. We build them, install them, and guarantee them for life. advancedwindows.com.
A gun in the face.
Then all of a sudden they all kind of lined up. They pointed their guns at me. And this is the point where I thought, I'm going to die today.
Started 2 years of horror for an American in Venezuela.
They said, you need to give us your phone and get ready because you're coming with us.
I'm Becky Bruce, and I spent a year researching and piecing together Josh and Tammy Holt's story about their ordeal in a notorious prison.
That's when everything started to turn bad. We had another pound on the door. Boom, boom, boom. And there was the police once again.
You can binge all of the episodes of Hope and Darkness on kslpodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome. It's the KSL Real Estate Show. We're glad you're listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And now for this segment, we're going to be switching into lifestyle mode. So after you've purchased your home with Craig Whiting and Kendell Gracey, then you get to decorate it. And that's where I come in and help it make it look beautiful. I recently returned from High Point, North Carolina this week, and I was able to look at what's hot in furniture and how that matters for staging and for real estate. I do a lot of model homes for builders. I do Parade of Homes. I do $25 million homes in Park City over the last couple of weeks. That's been a really great vacation home, if you can believe that, a vacation home for $25 million. Absolutely incredible. I get to work with some of the most incredible people in Utah at any price point. And I believe that when they invite me into their home, that's actually a very sacred, experience and opportunity for me. And I take it very, very seriously. I want people to love their homes. So some of the things that we saw at Furniture Market were the most beautiful and innovative fabrics that are out there. This is international people come in and display all of that for all of the retailers in the entire country. And I love that. I feel like I'm a kid in a candy store. And I think my face hurts still because I have been smiling so much this last week. And it's a lot of fun. And I'm tired because we walk all day long. I mean, we literally wake up at 6 a.m. and go till 9 p.m. when the security's truly like closing the building.
You can just tell people you went hiking in North Carolina and it'd be accurate.
It is true. Absolutely.
So do you buy product there for your stores?
We do, yes. So High Point is the world's largest home furnishings show. And all of the retailers and stores like me go to shop for all of their products for the year. And it happens twice a year. So usually in April and October-ish is when we go back there. And then there's also shows in Las Vegas. So we'll go there, and Atlanta and Dallas, Texas actually has an accessory show. And now that my daughter was just called to serve an LDS mission in Dallas, Texas, I will definitely be going to that show. And, that will just be a side gig. I'll probably be trying to stalk my daughter a little more than buying lamps. But I'm super excited about that. Some of the top trends I just want to touch on real quick were just the rich colors, the mid-tone woods. It's not too dark. It's not too light. The easy care fabrics, which is so perfect for Utah, right? We just need to be able to spill our Diet Coke and clean it up, which is awesome. And, the personalized furniture pieces. So it's okay to mix styles. And that was happening at High Point. Tons and tons of color. like very vibrant, almost busy, over the top color, combinations that most of Utah's probably not going to do. And then there were also the extremes of just neutrals. So lots of textures and just clean arms and simple and calm and cozy comfort was also a very hot trend. All of these things really help you to sell your home. If you're thinking of selling your home, hire an interior designer. Hire someone from our team. It's $99 for a 1-hour consultation. Oftentimes we can just come in and help you rearrange things that you currently have in your home so that people like Craig Whiting, who is one of the top real estate agents and brokers in the state of Utah, can get the most money for your home in the shortest amount of time. So we do that. Or we can help you make some goals on maybe some furniture pieces or accessories that you need for your home to make it look better. We're happy to do all of that. Okay, last but not least, Kendell Gracey. He is the real estate operations manager for Rocky Mountain Home Funds. Please give any more information, how people find you so that we can get people in their homes and then they can hire Osmond Designs to help them.
Yeah, sounds great. So they can go to our website at rmhf.net and apply and find out more information. And I just want to say, too, our program would not be possible without the generous support of our investors, who include Intermountain Health, America First Credit Union, Zions Bank, Optum Bank, Cache Valley Bank, Synchrony Bank, Bank of Utah, the State of Utah, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and other partners who help us get with this, because their own people, their own employees also are getting squeezed with the housing problem. And so we have a lot of their employees in our program as well.
You have a lot of high-powered partners.
Yes, because they've seen the problem here in Utah and they want to try to do something and really help, and we appreciate their help.
Would you give your website one more time, nice and slow?
rmhf.net.
That's how you find them. Today, we had Craig Whiting, broker and owner, Prime Real Estate Experts, Kendell Gracey, Real Estate Operations Manager, Rocky Mountain Home Funds. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of the Osmond Designs Furniture and Interior Design Stores, and my co-host, Jeff Caplan. He is the king of KSL Radio. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next week.
Nestled in Cache Valley, Connect Transit is bringing people together one ride at a time. Here comes Caroline, ready to crush that big meeting. Mm-hmm. And there's Diego, off to see his nieces and nephews. George is in his jersey. Must be game time. Woo! Go Aggies. Wherever you need to go, we're going your way. Connect Transit. Visit rideconnectutah.gov to find your ride today.